Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakadash, Yahweh, who the world English calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world English calls Jesus. I want to give a double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, talking this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth, who teach the truth and risk their life to do so. Lord, one of you is edifying. Lord, I can get something from this video. Quick video, real quick before I step in the house, man. I want to go through Isaiah the 14th chapter, and whatever precepts come to mind, I'll grab them. And the reason why is because on Saturday, about afternoon, I got a phone call from somebody basically close to the family, and they're Catholic, and they were more curious about what I believed in and such, and how did it make sense, and how come the Lord is only redeeming, how come we believe that the Lord is only redeeming Israelites, you know what I mean, and really the elect of Israel out of that. They believe that that the Lord is for everybody. They believe that you could be of any race, of any ethnicity or whatever, and as long as you're baptized with water, right, baptized with water, and you're doing the right thing, and you're showing your faith by your work and all that, you could be of any nation and be delivered. And that's what he said, right? And I just was going through the scriptures to show him that that's not the case, right? Now, I'll say this: for those who believe in Yahweh Shai, and you look like a different nation, right? Most likely, well, you are, an Israelite by way of your father's side, right? Because that's where you get, when you go to Numbers, it talks about the pole, right? And it talks about where you get your lineage from. I think it's Numbers, the first chapter, if I'm not mistaken. And you get your lineage by way of your father's side. It don't really matter what your mother is. Your mother could be a heathen. As long as your father's an Israelite, you are an Israelite. You know what I mean? And with that being said, we're scattered across the four corners of the earth. We've been scattered abroad. And, when we go places, we mix. We lay our seed down, in any nation for real. You know what I mean? And we populate. And eventually what happens is that, our children come out looking like the heathen if we, mess with heathen women. But our children are Israelites by way of bloodline. You know what I mean? Your son can look like a Moabite, right? But as long as you're the father, right, and you're an Israelite, then your son, it don't matter what your son look like. He's an Israelite. You know what I mean? And people have a hard time wrapping their head around something so simple, and that's a stumbling block to even Israel. Certain Israelites, they think that every Israelite have to be dark skinned and this and that and blase in order to be a real Israelite, and that's not the case. Okay, because you got dark skinned heathen. You know what I mean? It don't really, Scripture say our spirit bears witness. Their spirit bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Lord. Matter of fact, what is that? I think that's in Romans. I think it's in Romans 8. But right here, Romans 8:16, it says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with the Mashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified together, right? So we suffer with the Lord, which we are, okay, with, because scripture say what? You got to bear your cross daily, right? People in the world aren't bearing their cross. You know what I'm saying? They're enjoying the things of the world. They like the things of this place. They like the things that this place produces. They would rather have, Jake would rather have it this way. You know what I mean? Jake love America, right? You tell Jake that America's going to be destroyed, they'll look at you like you fucking crazy, right? But it's okay. You can look at us like we're crazy. Yeah, it's all right. You know what I mean? We don't really matter. It don't really matter how you look at us as long as we're telling the truth. Right, and that's what a lot of people fail to realize is like we're telling the truth. And on that phone call, I was telling him like, "Hey man, check it out. We're telling the truth. You could believe on what you want to believe on, but I'm telling you the truth of the matter, right? And it's really not even up to you if you believe or not in the truth." And basically, what I was telling him, I was like, "Hey man, You know, you don't have to be baptized with water. You know what I mean? You got to be baptized with the word, because you could be baptized with the water, with physical water, and come up wicked still. That doesn't wash away anything. Like, you know what I mean? But this word, right? When you get this truth, this knowledge, this understanding, it renews your mind. That's the washing. You know, I think it was Ephesians 5:26. You know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken. You know, washing by the water of the word. You know what I'm saying? Right? This word to make you clean. And when you believe in this word, you believe in the truth of the matter. You go to you believe, it's the truth. You start going into the truth. Right? And what people don't understand is that, they come up and they go get baptized at their church, whether it's Catholic, whether it's Christian, whatever. Right? And they get baptized and you didn't do anything, because you still believe in what you believe in, which is false. Right? And he couldn't, during the midst of the conversation, he was starting to and I'm not getting on the man. You know what I'm saying? He was writing down scriptures. You know what I mean? He was really curious. He kind of bucked up on certain different things, but nonetheless, he was writing down notes, and was like, when he didn't know something, he was like, I don't know, man. Let me look this up. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, cool. Like, for instance, John 3:16. He couldn't wrap his mind around that. He couldn't wrap his mind around when the Lord said, what is that? Mark, what is that? Mark 10, who believeth on the Lord, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, shall be, saved. But you don't understand that the Lord is talking about Israelites, and what he don't understand is that what majority of people have to understand before you get into the scriptures, that you have to get into the history, right? You have to, in order to know certain different things. You can't just read the New Testament and think that you're going to know something. You're not going to know. You're going to be confused. You're going to be lost. You're going to think Paul was talking about the real Greeks, the heathen Greeks. You're going to think Paul was talking about delivering heathen. You're going to think that the Lord is for delivering everybody. That's not the case. You know what I mean? That is not the case. Okay? That's not the case. The fact of the matter is that the Lord is talking about Israelites. When you go into the book of Maccabees, Jake was being Hellenized by the Greeks. That was before the Lord came. So Jake was already in a Gentile. Jake was already Hellenized in a Gentile state, going after the heathen already. Right? So that's what a lot of people don't understand. So we were once Gentiles, aka Americans, right? Caught up in the American way, in the world doing what we were doing, right? That was off. But now that we came back and we heard the word and we believe, which is a gift from the Lord, right? We believe, so now we're here. Boom. Right? We can we can explain it to you. We can change our ways. We could understand. We know in part, so we prophesy in part. We understand what's going on. Right? We understand who the heathen is. We understand what the agenda is. We understand prophecy. We understand how this world is ran, right? That's why when you come to this truth, you can't bring in things that you knew in the world. And you can't bring in your Catholic religion or your Christian religion or your Muslim religion and try to mix it with the truth. And you got a lot of Jake that try to do that and think that is wisdom elsewhere. No, there's no wisdom more pure, no wisdom. There's nothing more, how can I say this? There's nothing more, there's nothing else you need outside of the scriptures. Okay? The main book is the scriptures. You don't go tap into other books. You tap into other books, you're going to be fucking confused. You're going to be talking about women or God and shit like that. You tripping. You know what I mean? And I've actually encountered that with it, Jake, man. Niggas just lost and stupid. And you get to a point where it's like, all right, man, I'm not arguing with you, right? But it'd be the most ignorant Jakes that talk the most shit. You know what I mean? But everything you say, you're going to have to back up in that time. You know what I mean? So this is Romans 8:16 says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High, and of children then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. Right? And when the Lord come back, his elect would be glorified with him. Okay? Let's go here. It might be a part 2 to this video. I ain't gonna make it too long. It's Isaiah 14. It says because, I wanted to get more scriptures, but being that I'm trying to make it short and to the point, for the, attention span of certain people, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get it. So it might be a part two if the Spirit hop on me to do so. It might be a part two of this video, but let me grab a couple scriptures real quick in Isaiah 14. This is Isaiah 14:1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids." Right? Now, this is prophecy. This hasn't happened yet. So my question to all you people who believe that the heathen can be saved, then prophecy has to be fulfilled. So if the heathen can be saved and the heathen is not going to be in captivity, what is this talking about? Because it's clearly hasn't happened yet. It says, "In the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors." Who oppressed Who oppressed Israel? All the nations did, right? All the nations. So guess what? All the nations have to pay. Now, it's more nations. Esau is going to pay severely, because it's when you go to the book of Obadiah, it says there shall be no more remaining of the house of Esau. That's a prophecy for the violence against his brother Jacob. So that's prophecy, man. Okay? It says, see, people think when you read the New Testament, it wipes out all the prophecy in the Old Testament. That's not the case. Okay? It says, "It shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve." That hasn't happened because we're still serving. We're still in captivity. Okay? Right? And you people don't understand that. It says, "Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, How hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He smote the people with wrath with a continuous stroke. He that ruleth the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into sinking," which hasn't happened. And this Babylon is not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about the modern day Babylon, which is America. Okay, so that's my question to you people that believe that everybody can be saved. How come the prophecy is that Israel is going to put other nations into captivity? Okay. Isaiah 16:10, it says, "And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy on thee." Mercy on who? Israel. Who is the strangers? The heathen. "Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. For nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted." Okay, again, this is prophecy. This is to come. This hasn't happened yet. So you people out there who think that the nations can be saved, what about the prophecy that has not been fulfilled? Okay, what about prophecy that has not been fulfilled yet? Do they just go unfulfilled, and the Lord just going to have mercy on anybody who accepts him? See, the thing is, not everybody can accept the Lord, which you people don't understand. That's why I was trying to tell him, bro, it ain't up to you whether you want to accept the Lord or not. The Lord chooses you. You don't choose the Lord. People who try to choose the Lord end up believing in Jesus. This is Numbers 24. In 17, I'll go to the point. It says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheph. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Right? So it says Edom should be a possession. Right? That's prophecy. The star out of Jacob is talking about Yahweh Shai. See, you people, you know what I'm saying? You motherfuckers is, you're lost in a sauce. This is to come. Right? And you should read the whole story of Balaam and Balak. You all right? Right. This is Numbers 24 and 20. It says, and when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said Amalek was the first of the nations. Why? Because when we were coming out of the land of Egypt, ancient Egypt, right? Amalek was the first to go to war with us. But his latter end shall be that he perish forever. Amalek is part of Esau. They're Edomites, which are those people who dwell in Israel right now, which are bastards, like Scripture says in Zechariah. It says the bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. That's what's happening. Okay? This hasn't happened yet. They have not been in captivity. They have not been destroyed yet. So does prophecy go away? That's my question to you so-called Christians. That's my questions to you Catholics. That's my question to all you people who have something to say about what we believe as far as being Hebrew Israelites, right? Does prophecy go away because of John 3 and 16? Because of any scripture you could bring out where it doesn't verbally say Israel. Well, it didn't say Israel right here. Okay. But that don't mean he's not talking about Israel. That's why he said, go not into the land of the Samaritans, right? But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? So you got to understand that, man. These are things that you have to understand, okay? Right? What you got to do your history on that land, the Samaria, who replaced the northern kingdom when the northern kingdom went into captivity underneath the Assyrians. Who replaced them? See? Who are the good Samaritans? See? These are things you got to understand and know. If you knew that, then you will understand. You know, if you knew that and you know the history, then it will help you understand. But then again, you know, like I said, it ain't up to me whether you believe or not. I'm thankful that I believe, and that, Lord willing, I could continue to believe. You know, because it's a gift. Faith is a gift, man. Hey, so with that, Lord, the videos edifying, Lord, I got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashemi, Hawashah, Bahashem, Kakadash. I want to tell you, brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.